We are here, bro. What's up?
Awesome, 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 awesome.
What's
Welcome to everybody that is tuning in.
yay?
Prepare yourself for the madness.
The madness that is the
How's
Matrix.
your weather there? I think you guys are getting the same thing that we got
It's
about
garbage.
4 hours ago.
It's complete garbage. Really and
Is
for
it
true,
pushing
it
through
is.
or
It's not good at all. I was actually wondering if we were
on a
gonna
scale of
actually
1
have
to
a
1 to
show today
10,
because
10
of
being the worst, what would you call it?
But anyway, welcome to the hacking of the Matrix. We gonna get started here with little top of the heap discussion. Of course, this week in the top of the heap, we got Mr. Putin. He's looks like he might be giving up power for a little bit. He's might have to go under the knife. Now, according to this article, it says Vladimir Putin is allegedly about to undergo cancer surgery, with rumors continuing to circulate about his health following Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. Uh, Question marks over the Russian president's public appearances, in which he appears shaky and unwell, have fueled speculation about whether he has a serious illness. So
Tough being a dictator.
it's tough being a dictator. Is that what you said, Dave?
Yeah, make you question your own reality. We can only hope this guy goes under the knife and just doesn't come back. The world will be a much better place, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I
Oh,
could be wrong though. I am wrong a lot. So
we'll see.
this just seems to me, and well, I don't know.
Well,
I think he leaves his charge to one of his generals. And, the headlines I'm seeing today are, you've got some activity in Russia itself with some. I don't know if it's. I don't know what it is. You see explosions and things of that nature in actual the country of Russia. So this is different now. Since it's not just in the Ukraine. There might be at the beginning of some back and forth there, and then there's some questions of whether or not we're supplying intel to the Ukrainians and weapons to strike long range. That's always a possibility. But what I saw this morning was some activity in Russia itself. If it's insurgents, if it's who knows what it is, but that's a new facet, right? Because before it was just Russia invading Ukraine, and now you've got activity in Russia. So it's definitely escalation, right? So
Yeah. They're lobbing stuff at each other on both sides now. The Ukrainians, they're not just defending. It looks like they've launched attacks into Russia. So
yeah, that's
yeah, I took care of that, guys. Uh, Foxy's watching, and so is her son David. Um, they were telling me you had an echo, and it looks like we're broadcasting the desktop and your microphone. So I just cut one of them down. Okay,
okay. Yeah, because
so the next thing, I'm sorry,
Hennebree was
sir. Go ahead.
watching. Tommy Hennebree was watching, and he said the same thing that I had an echo on my end. So
Okay, well, I got it
work in progress.
taken care of. I got it taken care of.
Good job on the producer.
Hey, man, put it on the producer. He's still learning his gear.
No, you're doing good. You took care of the problem, so kudos to you, bro.
Okay, the next one we wanted to look at was Roe versus Wade. You were talking about the shiny thing that they throw out there to take your mind off of things. Well, guess what? They found a new one, Dan.
Absolutely. The whole world's is suffering from ADD, and me and my buddy Hennebree were just talking about this the other day. Who gains by having this leak come out? Who gains?
Oh, well,
In my opinion,
the,
it's liberal media, liberal factions. They're trying to influence opinions on the court. I don't know how a leak comes out of there. Somebody obviously wants that to come out if they're actually gonna, you know, go away from you know, the ruling, and now they got the one of the barriers up around the building that houses the Supreme Court, and they leak it so they can prepare for whatever, and they're trying to influence the court. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, that's definitely. I don't know that the Republican or conservative side had anything to gain by that, but believe you me, they're both sides are in cahoots on that thing anyway. So that's my opinion anyway. So
Well, I think when you look at who, what would motivate somebody, it's clearly an attempt to. Somebody saw that draft, doesn't
yeah,
agree with it, and wants them to
yep,
change their mind. That's what it
absolutely,
is, and they're hoping public pressure will do that.
sure.
It says here a majority of the court has decided to vote 5-4 to overturn federal constitution protection of abortion rights. This, let's see, with Justice Samuel Alito writing, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start, in addition to asserting, we hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled. And in an unprecedented move, the opinion was leaked to Politico, presumably in an attempt to create massive social unrest that would lead to one or more of the justices intimidated into changing their minds. Now, that doesn't
Sure. I mean,
happen
you
very
leak
often, but
it.
it could in this case, as crazy
You
as
leak
people
it
are acting
so
over it.
people with money can start bussing in their people to riot or whatever.
Yeah,
That's why you leak it so you can prepare for what's coming. If they
that's
don't leak it, they don't know, and you don't get a chance to bus all these people in that I guess they don't have jobs and they get to go protest and da 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 da. So that's how
I
you
hear
get in
you.
front of it.
If you hear the legal talking heads talk about it, they talk about how if that was repealed, the decision making would go back to the states. Is basically the way I understand it from the legal precedence part of it. And
Yeah.
if they really wanted to legalize abortion federally, they need to put an amendment in place. Is what they need to do. But that's a bunch of stuff that's above my pay grade, so I don't really know, man.
Yeah. All I'll
Um,
say is I
okay.
believe in states' rights, so I have no
Hey,
problem with the
I
states doing their thing.
hey, I'm of a mind that you know only a father can be involved in that if they're even there. Uh, so I'm not making decisions for women in that case. You know what I mean? But if I was involved, yeah, I'd have something to say in the decision. But yeah. Okay, so that's the big things that happened this week. Let's take a look at. Let's see what's next here. What's next here? Oh yeah, we got the Jock Strap. We're gonna cover some sports, man. Our favorite
Yes.
subject here between the
Yes.
brothers. We love our sports, man. And
Yes.
the top story this week nationally was had to be DeAndre Hopkins suspended for 6 weeks of the next season. And the chat's all talking
See the
about it.
guy that got busted for performance enhancing?
What is it?
Did he get busted for performance enhancing drugs?
Yeah, it's performance enhancers. NFL announced that on Monday, Cardinal star receiver has been suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's policy on the use of performance enhancing drugs. The suspension means that Hopkins will be out until mid October. The ban will keep him off the field until week 7, and it could keep him out until week 8 if the Cards get a bye during the first 6 games of the season. 6 games, so it just depends on.
6 games. He gets to rest up. He'll be good to go for the second half of the season. So I mean, uh, as far as the performance enhancing drugs, I mean, you and I have talked about this at length. What we have to pay to park,
Mm-hmm.
to get in the places, to get refreshments, to get whatever we get there. I want them all to be on freaking performance enhancing drugs
Mm-hmm.
because I want to see some amazing shit when I go there.
I hear you,
And
brother.
that's
I hear you.
all sports across, because they're always talking about a level playing field. That is the level playing field. At that level, they're all doing something.
Ah,
So when we have
man,
to give up our rent money to go see a game, football, basketball, baseball, hockey,
yeah,
whatever
I
it
don't
might
agree with
be,
you on that, man.
I want them all
I'd
doing
rather they
amazing
weren't
stuff.
doing it because, I mean, it shortens their lives, man. Just look at all the WWE wrestlers that were eating steroids and how quickly they die. I mean, everybody we
Hmm.
watched as kids is damn near gone now because of all the steroid use. You know, so
Yes, sir. They definitely know the risk going in.
yes, this is for sure. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think that's why you see athletes save Tom Brady and some of these older guys like Breeze and whoever. But I think you're going to see you see a lot of these younger guys. They make a decent wage in 5 years, and you're seeing them retire.
Yeah,
So I mean, they're making such large sums of money. I don't know that they're going to be staying in these leagues extended period of time. And it's smart on them. They do well. They secure a financial future for themselves, and then they move on to other things. And the wear and tear on the body is much less than it. I mean, those guys back in the day, they weren't making the kind of money these guys are making now. That's for
yeah.
sure. So
Hmm.
good on them for make your money and get out. So
Hey, guys that can't see it live, check your settings and stuff because it's going out live. I just checked my phone. It's going out just fine. Um, some of the guys in the chat are having a hard time watching it live. Uh,
sure.
okay,
Is
well,
it
you know
freezing
what?
up or what's going on?
What is it,
Or
bro?
are they just not seeing it?
Yeah, a couple of them say they can't see it live for some reason.
Hmm.
Uh, who knows? Maybe they're going to the wrong link or something. I don't know. Could be because of
Does
the
Rhonda
weather
have the
too. You're
capability of
absolutely right,
pulling it up on her phone?
sir.
Does Rhonda have the capability of pulling the
She's
feed
probably
up on her
watching it on
phone?
the TV in there.
Okay.
Yep, or either that
All
or on her
righty.
phone. But she's
Moving
doing
on.
just fine with it. Okay. The next story, uh, under the Jock Strap is something that is near and dear to my brother's heart because it's one of the purple and gold players that happens to be
Look,
fixing to return
I'm
to
telling you right now.
his alma mater.
The honey badger has been
There it
referred
is.
to by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most
The
fearless
honey
animal in
badger.
all of the
He
animal
don't give a
kingdom. It
shit.
really doesn't give a shit. If it's hungry, it's hungry. Ew, what's
I'm
that
telling
in
the
its
guy's
mouth?
electric.
Oh, it's got a cobra?
I
Oh,
mean,
it
what
runs
a coup.
backwards?
What a coup
Now
for the
watch
Saints.
this. Look, a snake's up in the tree.
Why the
Honey
Chiefs
badger
don't
don't
like,
care. Honey badger don't
didn't
give a
want to
shit. It just
resign
takes
him. I
what it
think they're
wants.
making
Whenever
a
it's
shift in
hungry, it
their
just, ew, and it eats
leadership that's
snakes?
in their locker
Oh
room.
my god, watch it
I don't know
dig.
why you
Look at
let
that.
a playmaker like that go, but hey, good for them. It's going to be a good get for the Saints. Home guy coming home. And he seems like rejuvenated. The guy is a ball hawk, and he's a leader. He's a leader on the field. You go all the way back to LSU and his time in high school. The guy is a ball player. He's got a nose for the ball. He's got a nose for making plays. Very smart player, and he's a great communicator in that locker room. Guys will follow him. So that's really a breath of fresh air for the New Orleans Saints. I think they did pretty well addressing some shortcomings, some holes that they had on the team. They had an opportunity to go for one of these highly touted quarterbacks coming out of the draft, but they stayed pat with Jameis Winston, and I think if they're able to keep him healthy with that defense and that running game, and they went and got Olave from Ohio State, which he had a great career there. He's a speedster, blow the top off. The Saints, I think, are going to have a lot better year than what people think. I think they're poised to really do well, if nothing else, in that division.
Hmm. Well, according to this tweet, it says, "Honey,
Or I
he's
could be wrong
home."
because I'm a Saints homer, so there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's you. You the homer. Uh, he put out a tweet, as you can see here. It says, "Honey, he's home."
That's it,
To
bro.
let everybody know the contract was signed and done. Yeah,
That's it, bro.
he's
Exciting times for
yeah
Saints fans.
Super Bowl champ. National
I mean, they
champ.
talked about that
Didn't he win a
that
national
transaction.
championship with them?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
when he was
cool.
with the Les Miles regime.
The Les Miles, Les Miles,
That's it, man. That's it.
Les
It's a
Miles.
big get for the Saints fans, and they were talking about this even prior to the draft. So he waited to see what the market would do through the draft, and as soon as the draft was over, he signed on with the Saints. So that's a good get for the Saints. Really
Yep.
is.
Seahawks, we're waiting to see. I didn't even look at their draft, man, because uh, pretty sure we're gonna go with the quarterbacks we got, and he's gonna work on the defense. We're gonna get back to running the ball. The way they're talking,
Who's
they're
going
gonna
to be
go
your
with that
starting
kid from
quarterback?
Denver that they got in a trade, and he wants to get back to a pocket passer, I believe, anyway. So
Who's
um,
going to be your starting quarterback? You think? What does your gut tell you?
it's gonna be Drew Lock.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Drew Lock's
he
gonna be the
played
starting
great
quarterback.
ball in Missouri. He really did. I mean, their offense
They're going to
ran
look
through
like the
him.
'70s Steelers, man. They're going to play good defense and they're going to run the ball down your throat, and he's going to throw it 50 yards downfield. That's what they're going to do. I mean, they got the wide receiver they got there, number 14. What's his name? Oh God, he's a beast. What the hell is his name?
No,
I can't even
he's a
remember his
big dude.
damn
I don't know
name
what
right
his
now. I'm
name is,
having a
but
senior moment, but uh, yeah, he can go get that ball deep. So that's what we gonna do. All right. Next, we got the playoffs in the NBA.
yeah,
Our
the
our
freaking
team
Mavericks
is
took it on the
tied
chin last night.
one to
Yep,
one with the
Celtics
champs.
tied it up.
Uh,
I think they're in
looks like
Milwaukee
Miami's
tonight.
beating Philly 2-0. Let's see. Oh, Phoenix is beating the Mavs 2-0,
Yeah, Chris
and
Paul had a good game the other
Golden
night.
State and Memphis are tied. So at 1-1. So we'll just keep you up on that. I'm not really following it, so don't really care myself. Not
Don't
unless
really
Boston
care.
gets to the finals. Really, So let's
It's a
see.
tough gig.
Now the NHL picture, however, is set according to this right now. Uh,
Yeah, our Bruins are taking it on the chin right now. First two games they've dumped to the
yeah, they've
Hurricanes,
lost
which
the Hurricanes 2
it's a
0.
tough.
Yep.
They've played the Hurricanes a couple times in the recent years in the playoffs, and they've gone the distance. The Hurricanes are a good young team.
Yeah.
They have a lot of depth, and right now they're having their way with Boston. The Lightning are cruising right along.
Yeah.
The Wild and the Blues they're tied up. Kings dumped to the Oilers. Kings, I really like the Kings coming out of the West. I mean, I'm a fan of them. I think that the team to beat coming out of the West, it may be the Calgary Flames. They are deep. They've got good goaltending, and they're quietly putting together a good season. They really are.
Now, that's not
Calgary
good for your
Flames.
local team. They're playing them right
Oh
now. They're up
look,
on them one
man.
game to nothing.
The Allen Americans.
No,
Well,
I'm
they.
talking about Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're up
yeah,
on Dallas right now. The Flames are.
yeah.
Yep.
Calgary is tough, and as far as well, hot goaltender, blah blah blah. But I like Calgary coming out of the West and out of the East. How can you go wrong with the Lightning until somebody puts them out?
I hear you, brother. Okay. All right. Let's see
My
what's.
Allen Americans went down 4-1 in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Gone, done, history.
Now the last thing we want to touch on under Jock Strap this week is what happens to sports media when everyone's gambling. Dozens of U.S. states have legalized sports betting, and the practice is pervasive in every aspect of sports coverage and consumption. Uh, Now, I got a personal stake in this matter myself, but
Well,
I
I
don't
tell
know.
you
I
what,
just can't.
man.
I can't even watch ESPN anymore because all they do is talk about betting lines and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just
betting lines,
it's
injury
crazy.
reports. Hell, you look at the NBA, right? Guy comes off he comes off the court. He's going to sit on the bench, and what do you see on the bench? Seats. DraftKings. Oh, it's the endorsement on all the seats. to me, I have a real problem with because you're always talking about the legitimacy of the game, right? Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame because they questioned the legitimacy of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not in the Hall. But now you've got, you know, betting, which has always been there, but now it's in your face. You know, um, it's interwoven in all the sports. So, I mean, and then you have issues with referees. Are they influencing games? But you definitely see, the betting lines. They're talking about all that stuff where before, and I sound like an old man, right? It used to be just, sports news. Now it's all interwoven with the betting
Oh
lines.
yeah,
So
that guy. What's his name? Scott something that's on at night on ESPN. He's got an entire section called "Bad Beats" on how teams are messing up betting lines.
yeah, I don't.
It's yeah. I can't watch that. It's just ridiculous, man.
I mean, I know betting is part of the game, but they've really made that a legitimate part of the scheme,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. I mean, so it's again, it's always been a part of sports, the betting, but they really make it, you know, part of the show now. So, and then I go back to Pete Rose. That's why he's not in the Hall, because he was
Yeah.
accused of betting on his own team while he was the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, and
Mm-hmm.
so he can't be in the Hall because of gambling issues. And now it's interwoven with every sport. So fantasy football, fantasy this, fantasy that, betting lines, draft, DraftKings, all that stuff. It brings a lot of these things into question. Then you see things that go on in games, and you're like, well, now wait a minute,
Oh
that's
man, wow.
come on,
Spoken like a true
come
Saints
on.
fan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even bring up anything. I'm just saying we see things in games, and you're like, come on now, how can that?
Rhonda's bringing up that they're they're uh they've got
Pass
gambling for
interference, damn
on
it.
wrestling now too. I'm like, anybody that gambles on wrestling's just that they are addicted, man. That's just all there
Well,
is
they're
to it.
special. Anybody is special, that's for sure.
Okay. Next we go to the Flix, boys and girls. Let's see what's going on with the Flix this
I can
week.
tell you what's going on with the Flicks. Nothing.
Nothing? Nothing's
Zero.
going on with the
Nada.
Flix? Well, there's
Suckage.
something going on with the Flix, man.
Vacuum.
There's something going on with the
Vacuum.
Flix.
There's
This
something
weekend's
going on.
box office,
No doubt.
this last weekend's box office didn't change very much except for the fact that Nicholas's Cage's movie that I really want to see. Now, the more I see about it, the more I want to see it. It flipped places with Everything Everywhere All at Once. The one that Amanda's high on. It moved up to 5, and Nick dropped out of the top 5, man. But everything else stayed the
What's number
same.
one?
The Bad Guys, that animated movie for kids, is number 1 again. It's
Oh,
making a
okay.
lot of money, man. So
Yeah.
its total gross so far is 44 million.
Sweet.
Sonic the Hedgehog's number 2,
There you go.
and let's see, Fantastic Beasts number 3, but it's dropping like a rock. Northman,
Or
it's dropping too, but it's still holding at number 4. And that's the one right there, Dan, that I really am dig. If you get a chance, you need to go see it. Nicole Kidman's good in it. She plays the mother. It's a good flick. You'll enjoy it. It's a man's movie, no doubt.
man's movie.
It's
Weed
toxic
killer movie.
masculinity all over the place, bro. The other one I want to bring up that's coming out. Actually, you can go see it tonight if you want to go see a late show of it, and that's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Latest
Multiverse. of
latest
Madness.
entrance in the MCU, or what some of us are calling the MCU. Did you do your homework? Did you watch the last episode of Moon Knight? Yeah, did you? He must have
Sorry.
watched it. Oh, once again, the dumb man is saved by a chick. Yeah, what the heck, man? Oh,
Not the character I read. That's all I
No,
can say.
no. Where are
So
the Uzis, bro?
I am not the target audience for Marvel anymore. So I don't know
Well,
who
here's
they're
what
targeting, but
concerns
it's not
me
me.
about Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. There's a lot of rumors flying around about this movie, about who's going to be in it, and the cameos that are going to be in it, and stuff. Well, we got this news about 2 months ago that they had unprecedented, massive reshoots on this movie. 2 months ago, we got word about
Same as
this.
Miss Marvel. I mean, that
All
thing's
right,
been in reshoots and rewrites for
and
who knows how long now.
yeah, oh, that one's been backed up a year. That one has been backed up a year. But this one, man, the thing that when I first saw the trailer for it, I was like, yes, they can, it's a multiverse. This would be an easy way for them to bring Fantastic Four in, the X-Men, several teams and storylines that they haven't even gotten into yet. Uh, and
Hulk.
it would be an
Sorry,
easy way
I
to
had
do
something
it
in my
without
throat.
doing origin stories again.
Hmm.
But from what I'm hearing, I'm not going to spoil anything, guys, but yeah, it's. Oh, I've got my
Is the
tickets.
suck
I'm
factor
paying to
high
see
with
it
this?
on Sunday, but I'm not as hyped as I was. So. Um, well, I'm probably going to do my first video for my YouTube channel on Monday after everybody's got a chance to see it this weekend and let everybody know why I'm so concerned about it. So, anyway, that's where we're at with that one. Um, so let's move on to some earthquakes, boys and girls. What's going on with them earthquakes, man? Them things that just smack us in the face from out of nowhere. Well, first thing we found out earlier this week, he said, I'm back.
Yes.
Mr. Trump decided to get back on social media on his Truth Social. He says, I'm back. Hashtag COVFEFE. Now, what that means, I don't know. I read in the article here, and where did it say? Yeah, it says COVEFE refers to one of his tweets from 2017 criticizing the media coverage of his administration, in which his typo sparked an internet frenzy and spawned hundreds of memes. So, yeah, the Don is back. I guess he couldn't handle the fact that old Mr. Elon was getting all the news coverage, so he had to get his voice out there. So,
So now, is this his own thing, or is
yeah,
he
it's
on
Truth
Twitter?
Social, Dan. Truth Social is the name of it. Yes. If you don't have an iPhone, you can't get it right now.
Oh,
The only
okay.
place it's available is on the iStore. He says eventually it's going to be available on all the other platforms, but for right now, it's just on Truth Social. That's it.
Only if you have iPhone.
Only if you have an iPhone.
Okay, then I guess I'm not seeing that. That's
Right.
what's up. I'm
Now,
so broken
the
hearted
next
about
one,
that.
something a lot of comedians were kind of scared of after the Will Smith incident. We had somebody attack Chappelle Tuesday night
Yeah,
while he was
yeah,
on stage. Guy
sure.
came in and tried to tackle him, and to his credit, Chappelle, I don't think this guy thought Chappelle was as big as he is. He kind of sidestepped
Yeah,
him.
he is not the skinny little guy that was doing that Chappelle show a long time
No,
ago.
no, no.
He's a
But
sizable dude.
I'm not going to give this guy the time of day. I'm not going to tell you his name, but I will tell you that he is the winner of the Fuck Around and Find Out award this week because he got beat down by 20 guys and got both of his arms broken in the melee.
My problem with this is the guy got on stage to begin with. I harken back to Dimebag Darrell. He's on stage playing, a set,
Yeah.
and the guy comes on stage and shoots him. The idea that this guy got on stage, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
And the scary thing is, according to the report, Dan, he had a mock gun that was actually a knife holder The guy actually had a knife with him. He could have
See?
stabbed him if Chappelle hadn't been mildly prepared for it.
I mean, it's awesome that after he gets attacked, then security shows up. But and I go back to the Oscars. How was this guy able to walk on stage and assault somebody? How's this guy able to get on stage and assault somebody? Where's the security?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
in
that's
in this
crazy.
case, I'd be madder at the security than I would in the Oscars part. Now, the Oscar thing, they probably thought Will was going up there to shake hands with him or talk to him or,
Really?
Well, yeah, that's what it
Shit.
looked like.
When I saw that replay, I knew he was not going up there to shake the guy's hand. He
Well,
knew he was
well,
in trouble
Chris was
because he was
laughing
laughing
about it and
first.
everything. So, I mean,
Will was laughing about it first until he saw his wife. Then he gets out of his chair and comes up, and he walks all the way on that stage. I mean, did he think he was going to go over there and give him a hug or something?
right.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
He's going up there to save face, and how is he going to do that in his mind? To slap frickin', Rick, whatever his name is, Chris
What's...
Rock.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, for me, the idea that guy was able to get on stage like that's a real problem,
yeah, I hear you.
and we're going to see more of that.
Let's hope not. But the next one we got is the Amber Heard trial. The Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, as you like to call it, the train wreck. Let's see what's going on with the train wreck this week. Let's see. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial coverage. Blood-stained furniture, walls, and guitar, according to Little Miss Heard. Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. This thing's acting ignorant. Wow. We'll just get out of that one. But if I can go back to it, I'll read what it was saying. What in the heck? I
haven't seen any of the court
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's a pop-up that came up is what happened, Dan.
Well, I was going to say I haven't seen any of it, but I guess it's on court TV, right?
Yeah.
So their ratings must be through the roof right now.
Well, I don't know that it's on court TV, but you can watch it on YouTube on several channels. Several channels have it. But according to the headlines here, it says Amber Heard testified about Johnny Depp's multiple drugged-up abusive personas. Amber Heard fires PR team. Yeah, she did that a couple of days ago before she's set to testify. And Callahan says Amber Heard's riveting testimony took apart the Johnny Depp myth. Okay, all right. But anyway, that's what's happening with that. So I just that whole Amber Heard thing and Johnny Depp, it's just fun to watch, I guess. I don't know. Some people get into that shit. Whatever.
Well,
I laugh
like
about it
right here. It's another shiny object to distract people, man.
Oh, speaking of shiny objects to distract people, let me get us to the turn out the lights portion of the show, where we talk about the stuff that happened this week that we each personally thought was pretty cool. And
does it have to be cool stuff?
It doesn't have to be cool stuff. It can be
you.
whatever you think. This is my meme of the week right here. The COVID narrative collapsed. Inflation is pushing double digits, and World War III is a no-go. Overturn Roe v. Wade. Give them something to talk about. Give them something to look at. Jangle some keys. What's up?
Crazy. Crazy.
That's the shiny object this week, Dan. That's the shiny object.
Shiny object. That and Jack Sparrow train wreck.
Jack Sparrow train wreck. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We don't need any of that, any more of that. But, we're going to get another 2 weeks of that. Actually, after today's testimony, they're off for 10 days. They're taking a break in the trial. I guess the
You've got people in the world that are not going to know what to do with themselves for those next 10 days.
Oh, I know. It's going to be all speculation.
They plan their whole life around, you got to see. Now what I'm going to do.
Right. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, yeah. Forgot about this. Neil Adams, a leading comic book artist who brought a visceral realism to his depictions of superheroes, notably helping to revitalize Batman by giving him the darker image and new adversaries, while also championing the rights of comic book creators. He died last Thursday in Manhattan at the age of 80. Now, if you guys don't know what this guy's stuff looks like, this is his iconic look for Batman. It was always the blue and gray, and it was always over his shoulders, and the cape was always huge and draped over him. If you've ever seen that Batman movie,
I'm sure the big cape, influenced Todd McFarlane.
Oh, you know it did. It did. He did
character.
everything huge like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Neil Adams was a great artist. He didn't just do Batman, but the reason why I bring up the Batman thing is that's what he was best known for is because Batman kind of was an Adam West clown before Neil Adams got a hold of him and turned him into the Dark Knight. He was the guy that turned him into the Dark Knight, basically. So, rest in peace, Neil Adams. He was a great artist. Thought he was awesome. And locally, I want to share with you guys that Robert J. Wright retired this year after 50 years in local radio here where me and Danny grew up. Danny and I used to listen to Keel all the time. Of course, it wasn't a talk radio station back then. It was pop music. That's what you heard on Keel back in the day. But over the decades, it turned into a talk radio show. And the state legislature actually.
That FM or AM? I can't even
Keel's
remember.
AM. They're actually on
Keel was
FM
AM,
too,
wasn't
Dan. They have an FM station too that they play on both, but they're mostly AM talk. The state legislature they gave him accommodation, as you can see here, for 50 years in broadcasting. The state recognized him, and I was thinking that we might hear just a tad bit of his last broadcast. Let's see. I think it was at...
When was his last broadcast?
It was Friday. I think it's at 19... Let's see.
People that create these laws and pass these laws that can go down to Baton Rouge and fight for these
Keel
laws.
the whole time?
And
Well, that ain't it. Where the hell is it? I boomered it.
He was with Keel
Breaking
Radio the whole
news
time?
and trending talk.
You can't hear it, Dan, I don't think. Yeah, this is April 29th. Hang on. I played this earlier today just to see if it worked. And let's
Well,
see.
it probably worked earlier today,
Yeah, right?
but now not so much.
Doing
Let's see.
radio for 50 years.
Now there's a
that's
black
that's
box.
a sled. to
Okay,
do
here you go,
when
Dan. Here you go. Hang on.
favors you
All right. Let me play this real quick, and I'll let you know when it's done.
can never repay. I have been asked more than a dozen times, what are you going to do when you retire? What are you going to do when you retire? My favorite comic strip was Calvin and Hobbes. And the very last strip, the very last panel shows Calvin and Hobbes on a sled sliding down a snow-covered hill. And Calvin says, let's go exploring. Doing anything for 50 years. Doing radio for 50 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of talking. I think it's time to go exploring.
He was saying how his favorite comic growing up. I don't know if could you hear that, Dan?
No, not at all.
He was saying how his
couldn't
favorite
hear the
comic strip
talent
growing up
oozing
was
out of
Calvin and Hobbes, and that he said at the end of one of them that they slide down this big hill and said it's time to go exploring, and that's what he was saying. He's been asked several times what he's going to do now, right? Now that he's retired, and he said, I'm going to go exploring. And he just, like 2 days before his last broadcast, he turned 70.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. How old was the guy?
Yeah,
So
he's 70 years old. He'd been
got a
in
little
radio
bit
for
time
50
left.
years. Yeah. If you ever get a chance to listen to, I'll send you a link to his last broadcast so you can hear his voice and hear how he talks. He is basically the local version of Paul Harvey. He's just a great storyteller, and I enjoyed listening to him. I'd listen to him every morning on my way home from work. So, you know. But yeah, my parting thoughts tonight are thanking Robert J. Wright for all his time in broadcasting, and here comes my wife coming to get me some coffee right here on the air. Look out! Look out! She said I'm coming on TV, whether you like it or
Still
not.
drinking the Folgers, or
I'm
what kind of
stepping
coffee
in.
you drinking?
What'd you say?
What kind of coffee are you drinking?
Oh, I have no idea. It's in one of those.
Oh, so she could be poisoning you right now.
It's in one of
Go ahead
those
and take a drink, bro.
ones that grinds up coffee beans. You know. I don't know.
Oh
what kind
yeah,
it is.
you guys are highfalutin bougie people over there. All right.
Hey man, you can
I have
thank
to
our
buy
Aunt
those
Kay for
pods,
that,
you know?
bro. She made us coffee snobs. She bought us a coffee grinding machine years ago, and we've done replaced it twice now. My wife won't drink nothing else now. So what do you got
my
for?
parting shots for the week are the huge letdown of my Allen Americans. You know, I did not support them like I should have, like I normally do this year, but they got into the playoffs the last couple days of the season, and to just dump and lose 4-1 to the Rapid City was
Really?
disheartening. But there's always next year, so go Red. We'll be there next year. We'll make a better effort next year. So that's my parting shot. And again, let's say a prayer for all the people in the war zone, and hopefully somebody can come to their senses and stop that foolishness. But
Oh, let's hope, man. I was
say a
listening.
prayer
to
for him, you know.
I was listening to Jimmy Dore earlier this week, and he was talking about that. And apparently, I think, which one is Macron? Is that France? I think he's trying to bring him to the table. I think he's the one that's trying to do it. So let's say a prayer for all of them trying to make peace over there, and all the people caught in the war zone for sure. And
Absolutely.
we're going to let you out of here with some credits, and you guys have a good one. We'll see you next Thursday.
God bless everyone.